All right, we are on.
All right.
All right. Ready? As I can
Ready.
begin at will. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. We're just gonna do a little save here so we can skip the little cutscene that they lovingly made at the beginning here. Then we just get straight into the game. I don't even remember who it was that found that, but oh, it was so nice. Because every time you would start a run, you didn't have to watch the cutscene.
Well, I'm not sure if we may have fixed that for future patches.
There's a cutscene skip? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Whoa-ho!
Yeah, I think I think we may have fixed that.
I look forward to it.
No, but the other thing that well, actually not. I don't think so. But what we do wanna roll out with that patch is that when we update that, we want to make sure if you've already beaten the game, you can update these. You can just skip these cutscenes.
I would love that. That's perfect. Tech found it? Perfect. Good to know. Tech is literally the master of this game. If you don't know who Tech Strobe is, definitely check him out. He currently holds the world record for this category, and he is, like, insane. I can't even, like, begin to imagine how many hours he's put into this game.
Oh yeah, I can vouch for that. I've seen him play. It's awesome. And well, yeah, Clark was just saying it's not fixed in the latest build, but it's gonna be in the next one. But hopefully we'll have, like I said, the ability to just skip all cutscenes if you've already seen him.
That's perfect. I look forward to that immensely. It's there's another game that does something similar to that. It's like oh god, I can't remember. Oh yeah. Nope, it's gone. It'll come back to me eventually at the most random time, don't worry. But there are a few games like that, and I really appreciate when they do that.
Yeah, it'll come back. But I guess overall we've been trying to do our best in between all the tasks that we still have to address to make sure that we're able to give the speedrun community attention and try to incorporate stuff that they come up with, which most of the time are really good ideas. Yeah, I would probably say all the time.
Too risky. Gotta save time. Yeah, it's been a while. I've been kind of silent because work and such like that, but I'm glad to be back. I love this game a lot. I'm glad to be able to run it for a good cause. And I also get a chance to talk with the dev, which is honestly beyond my mind because this is the first time I've ever actually gotten to talk to a dev about a game and things like that. When building this game, what was your favorite part? And then on the flip question, what was your least favorite part?
Oh gosh, I guess I'll start with my least favorite part because I know exactly what that is. And that was probably when we launched the game. The first 2 or 3 weeks we had a lot of crashes, and I guess it's the first game that we made as a studio, and I guess 2 things happened. We didn't expect so many people to pick up the game so quickly, and the second is we tested the game a lot. We also worked with a QA external team, but I guess you can't compare that with the insane amount of different PC setups and different situations that each user will generate in the game. And we just had so many bugs. I remember when the game came out for about 3 or 4 weeks, I kind of worked non-stop and making sure we could fix everything. and we had this one particular issue which was causing crashes, and it was just so hard to track down, because in the end I'm 90 something% sure that it was an issue in the engine itself that might have slipped past the developers, and we didn't have time to address it, just fixing it in the engine, so we ended up doing a workaround. But all that, like fixing bugs and getting the workaround and everything, just took so much time that it was super stressful. And afterwards, we kind of fixed the bulk of the issues, and then I got to enjoy the game. Seeing everybody play the game and seeing the runs and seeing everybody enjoy it a lot more, so that was great. But yeah, that's probably the least favorite part of developing the game, definitely.
That's
and
fair.
my and my favorite part of the game, I think, was probably seeing people play the game after it released, but also when we were testing things.
I think you cut out there. Oh, Malone. All right. Basically, what's happening right now is we are just starting our journey. We're being told to go to the forest here. We're gonna be doing a few things before that normally you don't get to do because you don't have the tools, but we're gonna use the mechanics of the game to their utmost maximum potential and be able to access areas with just, you know, just a little hair length of distance left between us. You'll just see that shortly here. Gonna good over there, Gabriel, or Gabriel. All right. While we wait for that to fix itself, I started running this almost immediately after beating the game, because as I was playing it, I was just so gobsmacked by how interesting the game actually was. Because I'm not a person who normally plays like platformers or anything like that. The only other platformer I play is this weird retro game called Super James Pond. And honestly, other than that, I stick to my like action RPGs or JRPGs and stuff like that. For sake of marathon safety, I'm going to be grabbing an extra shard in the stone temple so that we can open up one of the temple shrines in the middle area. And I'm also going to be grabbing some extra money in the fire area to unlock the shrine before Sirion, just in case something unexpected happens. Yeah. We're figuring it out, don't worry. Do not worry about it, we are good. Gonna equip that sword I just got, perfect. As you saw, I went from 5 damage to 12 damage, it's a big increase. I don't have to go to Mork anymore because it's kind of hard to get for the first time. Yeah, no, that's... I'm still new. Not new, rather. I'm still in the old ways. There's a lot of changing, there's a lot of changing strats that I haven't been able to keep up with. So he's... Oh my god, why can't I remember his name? I gotta wait a second here because I accidentally used my second dash. There we go. Nope. But yeah, there's a lot of strats that I definitely need to look into. But for today, we're doing what I know and am comfortable with so that we can give you a good introduction into what speedrunning Blue Fire is like. Wait, the time save that you're talking about for ORIP, is it for glitchless? Oh, it's Umbra, thank you. Alright, this is where we're gonna do one of the little fancy things with movement, if I can do it right. Alright, it's like right here. Got it, perfect. First try, every time. Alright, where are you? Nope. He decided to say no to me today. I'm all the way back here. I'm gonna destroy these. And where is he? You're still there. Okay, I'm just gonna try and bait him over here. Come here, friend. Nope, he does not want to come to me today. Trying to lock onto him, but he does not. Oh, is that you, Gabriel? Friend, come here.
Hello? Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Let's go. Nope, he does not want to come over here today. Come here, friend. So what I'm trying to do here is try to get this guy to come over here because I need him for height. I totally did that wrong. Perfect, never mind. We got it. That's one of the newer things I'm still getting accustomed to. Alright. Oh. I'm gonna have to go away. Yep. Ooh. I'm just gonna move away. There we go. That was a pretty mediocre fight, but we got through it without getting too damaged. Alright. Let's go. Alright. Sometimes this ladder here, I'll jump right through it and I'll be like, well, that's happening. Basically... Oh. Oh. Yo, nice. Congratulations. I mean, that worked out too. I'm so, like, zoned in, because I've been doing a lot of, like, silent practice, that I'll get so focused. But anyway, Gabrielle, if you're back, are there a few things you want to say? I'm not going to go up that ladder, just because I'm going over here to grab this shard, so there's no point in me trying to get the little skip there. I have to drop down here anyway.
Hello? Can
Hi.
you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, there we go, finally. I'm sorry about that.
What happened there?
I don't know, just some random computer I suddenly don't want to work for a while issue.
Ah, so normal computer days, got it.
Yeah. But sorry for that.
Oh, no worries. This is ran on both Switch and PC. I'm running on the PC version. Nope. That's not what I want. Let me sell. Thank you.
So, by the way, was I cut off earlier on when I was talking about
The things you like, yes.
Yeah. Oh. Well, hopefully I wasn't cut off somewhere in the middle of a sentence.
It's kind of like right at the beginning, so... What was the thing you liked most?
Well, okay, I'll go ahead to say that. Like, the thing that I liked most of the game was after we launched and after we went through the bulk of the issues, just being able to see a whole bunch of people just enjoy the game and upload things and do fan art and just get so involved with all the content that we had development for a very long time. It was that's definitely the biggest thing. And then the also thing that I mentioned that was pretty cool during development was when this would happen often, and every once in a while somebody was testing something in, say, a boss or a void, and then somebody would walk past by and they'd get engaged with the content, and then somebody else would come up, and then all of a sudden the complete team was rooting for someone to beat a void or a boss, and that was really, really fun. So
I got
definitely
to experience that firsthand with my GDQ run.
But that's something that was pretty fun, and it was easy for us to, because we allowed that to happen. It was easy to spot the moments where it was people were enjoying the game the most internally, and we got to see the moments of the game that are a lot more fun to share with other people, because if everybody likes to watch and root for the person playing, then that's the kind of content that we have to strive for. So that's sort of what we felt, and it's a good thing that that kind of happened early on, because we were able to double down at one point on the content that was the most fun and leave behind some content that we wanted to put in the game, but in the end I guess probably either wasn't that engaging or just needed a lot more time to be polished and be finished.
I don't know if you noticed in that first fight there, but during the fight with the little air guy there, I went to go dodge out and hit him, and then as I kept hitting him, it kept registering that he was doing his attack.
Oh.
So I just kept hitting
that
him.
one.
I was like, okay, I see what's going on here.
Yeah, and we will also play testing internally earlier today, because we've got the Xbox and PlayStation launches coming up soon, and it's just surprising how many things, like very, very small changes at this point, end up having some impact. And with each new build we have to we upload, we have to play test a lot, because things that were working fine previously all of a sudden have very small issues. So hopefully we'll be able to fix all those type of things in the next builds.
All right, this forest temple's been going pretty decently. I'm very happy.
I think it's probably I really like this one. I'm gonna go ahead, if it's okay with you, and answer any type of questions.
Oh, for sure.
You're focusing a lot on the game, I guess.
Definitely.
But so somebody asked if the game is gonna be on PS5, and yes, it will be. Probably in a bit under a month. I can't remember the exact date now, but yes, it will be on PS5.
That's actually really soon.
Yeah, yeah, it is, and I'm looking forward to seeing people game. I'm looking forward to the hopefully extremely bugless builds on the remaining platforms.
Me too. I really hope that for you, because I would love to see you guys get a little bit of rest. Yo, thanks, Boss Nose. That's actually been going pretty decently. I was a little skeptical because last night practice was kicking my butt, but then I woke up this morning and things were going really well.
And at one point during testing for the game, I remember we played the game so many times that the way what we started doing to make sure it was a bit more entertaining, we started speedrunning the game and challenging ourselves internally as a motivation to keep testing, because there were 1 or 2 weeks where I remember it was just kind of like non-stop play the game again and again and again and again and again, but and try to find the bugs and specific bugs. So then we would just kind of go like a speed run bug find type of contest.
One fun thing that you did for the community was the duck. Do you want to talk to people about the duck?
Oh yeah, sure. So at one point in the Discord community, I think it was Nikki, which is one of the users in the community, that I don't even know when the duck joke started, but after a while it kind of became a thing. Ducks became a thing on the Discord, and for one of the updates we hit a small duck somewhere in the game, and whoever found the duck got a prize. I can't remember what the prize was. I'm not sure if it was a t-shirt or something like that. And I thought it was going to take a while, but the first duck was super extremely well hidden. And actually, no, it wasn't hidden at all. It was just like lying there right next to a pillar. And it wasn't somewhere somebody would look. And it was about I think it took around 2 weeks for somebody, or maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, but it took a bit more than a week until they found it. And we just had so much, we had so much fun from the dev team, seeing how people were talking about the duck and finding the duck. And I think everybody in the community had a lot of fun too. So for the next update, we decided to place one golden duck in each area of the game. And it took, I think it was the next day or in less than a day, they found, the community had found all the ducks.
Oh my god!
That was that was
They're
really
crazy.
fast. Yeah, I was very impressed because there were a few of them are really small, and they're placed in several locations where if it were me looking for the ducks, I would have taken a very long time. But I guess there's several people in the community that know the map back and forth so well, and they just found them super quickly.
I just had some really good movement. I'm happy. You love to
Yeah,
see
I'm
a
looking
moment
at you
with
and-
these good. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just seeing like so far you're just nailing everything. Hopefully you can keep it up, and I won't jinx you with this. Oh, there we go. Clark said it took everybody around 6 hours to find all the ducks from the announcement. So that was quick. And also I wanted to take this opportunity and thank everybody in the community. Thank the whole speedrunning community. It's just been incredibly awesome to have you guys' support and feedback in both on Twitch and in the Discord. It's just been incredible. It's been a huge help in finding bugs. I remember in the last build that we uploaded to Steam, we also had this early access version, and a lot of you guys helped us test this out. And so just a huge thank you from the bottom of our hearts from the whole dev team.
I'm just happy to be a part of the community. It's been such a nice and welcoming community that I'm always happy to come back and play this game. Always.
Oh, thanks. And I'm also really happy because a lot of people have said that to us and in the community, and I'm super happy that I also have that feeling that everybody around the game and whole community has just been so open and nice about everything. I know there's a lot of other communities or games that are a lot more toxic, and it would have been a shame if something like that happened with our game. But everybody's just been so cool about integrating people, about sharing the stuff and secrets about the game. I'm just completely overwhelmed with gratitude.
Oh, it's being mean
So,
to me. There we go.
I'm just reading one of the questions. Do devs like seeing runners break their games? I guess it's something personal, but I kind of love it. It's super fun. Whenever I see somebody pull up like a glitch and load and skip a whole area, it's so fun. And we ended up having, there were a lot of issues. There were a lot of issues with the game. Actually, not issues, but ways to kind of break the game and glitches that runners found early on. And from the dev team, we didn't want to remove them because it felt really fun to have those. So yeah, overall, I guess it really depends on the developers, but we personally really like getting the game break and having that as a different option to play the game.
I didn't want to do that. Ah! Alright, well, we're just going all the way back down. We're doing it again. Y'all didn't see it the first time, so I gotta do it again. There we go, that's how you do it the right way. I think that was before my time.
And well, in fact, we ended up also, to add to what I was just saying, we ended up fixing several glitches that people found, but some of the ones that we fixed were actually because they were reported as must-fix issues for certification for several platforms. So we kind of had to go ahead and do that. And some others, even though they were super controllable if you knew why and how it was happening, which was awesome, it also happened. It could happen to people who didn't want to do it intentionally, and we kind of removed those because it could ruin the game experience for other players. So I remember early on, it was, I can't remember the name, but if you did a dash and quickly tap the dash button again in the air, you'd have this, the character would kind of float forward, and it was great for speedrunning, but people could also do it without them doing it on purpose, and we just had to fix that because it kind of looked like buggy and it was a bug, but it was too easy to reproduce, so we kind of fixed all those.
That's a fight I still have to practice a bit. It's just one of those weird ones. Is like once you get hit, you don't have your spin dash anymore, so it makes me a little sad. All right, but we have a long cutscene here. If you had to ask the community or even myself any question, what would it be?
Oh, that's a good question. I guess if I had to ask that, it would probably be well, probably two questions. Like, if we were to do like a sequel to Blue Fire, what would you like that sequel to be to look like? And
I would want. I already have an answer for that immediately. I want more backstory to the gods here, because we only get to really talk to two of them.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And when we were thinking, when we were talking a few weeks ago, because we actually wanna, and I'll go ahead and share this with you. But we were kind of talking about all the plans that we have and the ideas for the next 2-year period of the studio, and kind of what we want to do is try to make 2 games in that time span, and have one of them be something a bit different and smaller type of game, and then we want to have a bigger, more ambitious adventure third person type of game. I guess similar to Blue Fire in some ways, but also kind of increase the quality standard and the level and the game design, and just try to push our limits in every way. And when we were talking about that specific project, one of the ideas that came up was working on a sequel to Blue Fire with several, I guess, a lot of different things, but something that I personally thought that would be cool if it was more, instead of moving forward, if we tackled kind of what happened in the past, kind of like an origins game, I guess a lot of IPs do that, like Batman, where you have the Batman movie and then the Batman Origins. I think that could be pretty cool, but I'm still not saying that we are or that we aren't going to do a Blue Fire sequel.
That's fair. One other thing I wanted to see is a humanoid style boss fight rather than like the larger ones that we have here. Like maybe a challenge boss fight against someone like Vaughn, who teaches you the whole way to see where he's coming from.
Yeah, well, and in that matter, what we were also talking about for that particular project is we're definitely gonna move from stylized characters like Umbra, and we want to have characters that are a lot more humanoid. I guess similar to characters from games like Genshin Impact or Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
So that's something that we want to do. And the reason that we chose not to do that for this particular project was that making the models and making the animation and just the complete locomotion and everything is a lot more harder for characters that look more like humans. It's much easier to fall into the uncanny valley type of CGI. Whereas if it's a very small character, there's some animations for Umbra where his feet don't even move because they're very, very small and you don't see him. So it's a lot faster and quicker to animate Umbra. But if we had this whole fleshed out Link shaped kind of character, animation takes so much more time. And that's
fair.
something that we avoided that for this project since it was our first project. But and actually NPCs have a bit more humanoid form, but NPCs move a lot less. And enemies, if you think of it this way and you start looking at them, you'll see that most of the enemies don't have humanoid bodies, and the ones that do actually share some things in common. But we now feel a lot more confident, and for future projects, we'd be fine tackling a bit more humanoid characters.
Yeah.
Which we're happy and eager to do.
I look forward to what you continue to make, because I'm definitely going to be playing whatever you make next. I really enjoy this game, so.
I'm glad to hear that. And then also, originally, the first concept for Umbra didn't even have feet and didn't have hands. So he was kind of like a small head with a cloak falling down, and he would kind of float a few inches over the floor. And that way we completely avoided doing walking and running animations as well as attacking animations. And you would see when he attacked, he had this big VFX, but his hands didn't move, his torso just slightly moved. Then we decided that while that was actually way faster to animate, we also couldn't make the main characters that much expressive. Whereas if we added hands and feet, we could pose him for marketing in a bunch more different ways, and the trade-off was worth it. So that's the reason. I guess marketing is the reason why Umbra has hands and feet.
That's fair. I kind of wanna. Do you like have old concept work of what he used to look like?
We do. Yeah, we do. Some of that is in the strategy guide, And I guess we have more content that's not in the strategy guide, but I definitely would be totally okay with sharing.
I would definitely love to see that because it sounds really interesting.
And I think I think I have a video of the first prototype of Blue Fire that we ever made, and I'm totally okay with sharing that one too. I think it's somewhere on a Dropbox folder. I could even potentially share the link and have people look at it, and I'll share it in the Discord maybe later.
Okay. So basically, Gabrielle is spoiling us. That's so interesting though, because I love seeing like the behind the scenes, the intricacies, and the way to the final product.
Yeah, and it's something that we've also learned because I guess traditionally the single player games are a lot more secretive in terms of early development content and final content, which has its positive things. But what we also felt is that we had so much more feedback in when we launched that for our next project, or I guess our next big project, we're starting to think of different ways where we can engage with the community and create content that's playable very early on. So we're considering things like having I guess I don't want to go over my over my head, just saying things that we are potentially not going to do. But we're definitely looking at some ways that we can start having builds and some content of the game that can be played way early on in development, because the feedback from actual players is extremely helpful, and I think it's going to be able to make sure that our gameplay is way better than what we could deliver with Blue Fire, which I think it's pretty good. But I guess it's not up to me to say that.
That's fair. Oh, no! Okay, I'm here. You're fine, I've saved it.
Yeah, we probably have a lot of early development content, which was pretty interesting, and we also had a lot of early development content that we ended up cutting, um, which I think was the good call. But I would have also liked to see people play a lot of that content.
All right, that was beautiful. Other than that little mistake at the middle there, that was really good. I honestly like this little collection part that you got going here.
Well, the idea for that is we originally wanted to have before each of the three big bosses, we wanted to have a dungeon. But in the end, we kind of felt that finishing those dungeons would take way too much time, and we felt that we had enough of the content that was going to be in the dungeons distributed through the game, and we kind of wanted to use that development time to both polish the game and work on several other things that also went into the game. So we decided to leave the dungeons out, but we also wanted to have each boss have its ramp up, and so what we decided to do is have the shards for Beta and the quest for Samuel, which involved reaching the area in 4 different ways around the world. and I think it ended up pretty good. I think I would personally have still would have liked to see the dungeon before each of the bosses,
Yeah.
but I guess we decided to save those ideas for future projects.
Which is totally fine. It gives us a little taste of what you have, like, the abilities to do, and then once we see more, it's just gonna make us even more happy. And I can kind of see the idea of the dungeons with Beira's little area before you get to her, because it looks like you took that part from that and used it to kind of set the mood.
Yeah, that was definitely going to be the entrance to a dungeon, and I guess we decided to take, and it was a hard decision because we really wanted to do it, and but I guess it was the right decision in the end. And I think, referring to what we were talking about earlier on, it would be if we did something where we tackled the past of the game, what happened earlier in Penumbra, in like a sequel. It would be cool because we would already have these elements and these areas where people could go, and they kind of see how different places look thousands of years ago, which is something that I think like Breath of the Wild does a lot, where you'll go to several locations and it's not told to you explicitly, but you can definitely see the references of things like Lolland Branch and several other areas. So I think that could potentially be pretty neat if we did something like that.
So we're not going to talk about the fact that I didn't put on Aerial Rat on the proper spot, but it's on now.
Oh, and one of the things that we decided to cut, which I just saw somebody mentioned in the chat, but that was way early on when we started working on the concept of the game. The original concept was very different, and it was a lot smaller in size. And initially, we weren't going to have any minions at all. There were just going to be 4 big bosses that were very similar to the Shadow of the Colossus monsters, but it wasn't going to be that similar in terms of gameplay to Shadow of the Colossus, but it was going to be kind of like Mario meets Shadow of the Colossus would have looked like. And we started testing those out. We tested 2 of those, but we felt at that time that they would take an incredible amount of time to develop, and it would be better to just work on some other things that we were testing simultaneously. So we kind of decided to drop that idea, and so yeah, I think that's basically it. But I remember the first, they were called Titans at that time, and the first Titan that we tested was called Borrow, and I think there's 1 or 2 references to Borrow throughout the game. I can't remember exactly where, but it just ended up being like a thing in the office.
I'm doing a lot of weird stuff right now, and I'm saving it all, but it's still weird. So yeah, originally it was NMG, but I'm actually the glitchless runner, so that might be confusing. I apologize.
And I was also just gonna add something else, but I was gonna say something more. I totally forgot. I guess it'll come up at some point.
It's that feeling, Ryan, right? It's like, oh, I know it's something, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, and we also have I think probably around a month, or maybe less than a month, we're gonna have a pretty big announcement to make. There's mainly one thing that's going to be announced, but there's good news for runners and especially people who like to run voids. So I'll leave it there, but I'm pretty excited to share that with the whole community.
You expect people to be able to learn how to do these really quickly.
Oh, and by the way, Kasa, what timing are you aiming for with this run?
I want a 115, to be honest. If it happens, that's great. If it doesn't, that's fine too.
Well, you're going super quickly, so. And are you gonna be getting more voids or just
Nope, this
the
is
ones
it.
you have right now? This is it? Okay. I actually really had I had a really hard time when we were competing here internally because getting the game done with 5 hearts and no checkpoints because checkpoints just made us lose time was extremely hard because when you got hit once, that was like game over. But I think you're doing checkpoints, right?
I'm bringing in checkpoints, yeah. Just for marathon safety. Normally, I would not.
Oh no, that yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I let go of my button. There we go. So I'm not too worried about my HP. I'm also not going to do one of the really new skips here because I have not mastered it and I don't want to waste time on it.
Also, by the way, I'm not sure because I thought last time I saw you run, the next person that ran after you did a glitched run, right?
Yes, they did.
And I remember they just completely went through walls and everything.
It was
I
insane.
think it was insane. And I think we fixed a lot of the clipping out through walls, but I'm not completely sure. Maybe somebody can tell me if that was fixed or not in the chat.
I would assume if that did happen, they would just patch down in order to do the speedrun as it is.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, if you do get the run in 1:15, you're gonna beat my record.
Heh. Ooh. That was scary. It didn't go up on the tube there. Ah! Hello, sir. Oh yeah, it was Dynamite that did the run.
Oh,
Right.
there you go. Yeah, Dynamite. And what's the hardest part for you in the runs? Like what?
The bosses.
What ruling? Okay. Well, hopefully they won't give you trouble today.
Me too. I would like to give a very, very nice showing. The worst one I would say is Syrian. Bear is a
Yeah.
close second.
Yeah, definitely agree. Syrian's been the hardest to everybody so far.
Audio's a bit desynced. Unfortunately, I can't fix that. It should be fine. On my side, it's showing proper, so it might be just a Twitch encoding thing.
And which one is the? So you said Syrian. Okay, so Samuel is the easiest for you.
Samael is
Yeah,
really easy. Queen is a lot easier now with Whirlwind, because you can push phases that normally damage you a lot easier. But if I had to choose before I had Whirlwind, I would say it would have been Syrian, Queen, Beira, Samael.
Okay. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think we're on the same page at that.
So I'm grabbing this. We're gonna get some extra HP, just for marathon safety. I'll equip it when I get my sword from the Rose quest. Oh, you're all the way over there? Why? Oh, they're not attacking.
Damn, he tries his best.
So this is a weird situation that can happen that I have no control of whatsoever. It's a glitch, but a glitch that I can't control. So unfortunately in glitchless there might be a chance that you get this glitch and you can't do anything about it. It's out of your control. I'm so sorry. Please don't get mad at me.
Well, it's surprising that that you say that you don't usually run platforming games because you're just pretty much nailing all the platforming sections.
Thank you.
But I look forward to seeing your boss fights.
Yeah, it's where everything changes. Okay, we're safe. Woohoo! I was getting bullied there for a moment. All right. I think Steamhouse, in terms of platforming, is probably the hardest out of all of the maps. And when you do it right, it just feels good.
Yeah.
Go get
Yeah,
our quest handed in.
I agree with you. Oh, and also I remember what I was going to say earlier on. The other question that I would ask people is if we were to tackle another genre, what genre would you like us to tackle? And it doesn't have to be something completely different. It could have shared elements with Blue Fire.
If I had to think, maybe something in the style of like Battle for Bikini Bottom, but mixed with a little more of this style and the direction that you had for this game, but like more of a collectathon in a sense. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think in the chat? Alright, so in this next little part here, in order to get all of the stuff I want to do safe-wise, we're gonna go talk to, I think it's Mia, to the right here. Grab the 3,000, or rather, she gives you 5,000, but we get 3,000 because of our wallet. Souls or orbs or whatever. I can't remember. It is Mia, I was right. It is ore, there we go. But yeah, we take that ore, we'll use it to buy one more shrine and also buy 3 flasks. Ow. An RPG would be really cool too, like a side-scrolling RPG adventure, kind of like Deep Dungeon.
By any chance, did you play a game called Kaido's Origins?
I did.
Oh, well, I really like that game, and I don't know that many people that actually play the game.
I love that game.
Yeah, I was completely blown by that game. I remember playing it on the GameCube. Such a good game.
I played that one and the original one too, just the first one. I think I still have my copy of the first one here.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't get to play the first one, but I always thought how cool would it be to have because I haven't seen something like that in terms of gameplay in a lot of years.
Yeah, no, there's very few that are like it. The only ones I can think of are Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories and Bates and Kaitos.
But yeah, I think I remember that game early on when you were talking about JRPGs. I know it's different, but for some reason it comes to my mind whenever somebody talks about JRPGs. That comes to my mind.
Alright, we're just gonna equip some stuff real quick. I'm pushing the wrong buttons, but that's okay. Here we go. The Shadow of the Colossus count as a genre? That's like an open world, I guess, monster hunt. Alright, so we're gonna open up the statue. I'm not gonna grab the extra health yet. I'm gonna do that later. Basically when I'm forced onto the teleporter later. Alright, but now it's time for my favorite fight. I hope you all enjoy. I have been practicing a good amount.
And I think it makes sense from a running point of view, taking on Syrian first being the first boss, because if you fail once and if you fail twice, then you can just go ahead and quit the run. I guess
like,
if you weren't doing the marathon. Yeah.
After this, everything's just pretty streamlined.
Yeah.
Now we wait. At this point, it's now a boss rush for the rest of the game. We're gonna do one more set of spirit collecting and then pretty much just boss.
Alright. And also, how many spirits did you collect? I can remember. I know you have the double dash. I know you have the spin
we
attack.
have
which
double dash and aerial are back.
Okay. Oh, that makes sense. And we ended up intentionally leaving the double dash early on in the game because it was a game changer for speedrunning, and normal players may not even see it, and even if they do, it's super hard to get it early on.
Yeah, you'd have to have a good knowledge of the game to be able to do it. Oh, I just fell because of that.
So I think like my video is 1 or 2 seconds or a few seconds late, which if you die, I'll have a bit of delay, just in case it gets confusing for anybody listening.
Oh, it's fine. I'm not dead. We're good. Not yet.
It's like you're speaking from the future.
Alright, phew. Okay, we should be fine. I healed in little before this cutscene started too, so I should be perfectly fine.
We had so much fun internally play testing Syrian, just because it's the hardest out of all the 3 bosses, and we had a lot of fun like betting each other if somebody was gonna beat it or not, or try to beat it with the initial swords, and just a bunch of
one cycle! Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, you're doing really good so far.
Yeah. Oh, that felt so good. My practice paid off. All right. So we have 16 minutes to beat 3 bosses. I think we can do it. Alright, save, then menu. I have made the mistake before where I just went main menu and then I had to fight the boss again. Not even you can get that? What? I just practiced watching Tech's video.
Louis says, were there any other bets during development? I guess with the voids, we did that a lot with the voids. But other than that, no, I don't think so.
Alright, now I'm gonna go teleport there. Warp to Temple Gardens. I'm gonna go get our extra flasks and then finish the game.
Well, there's a big chance. There's a big chance you're gonna hit the your target time.
I might not. I might miss it by a little bit. But that's okay. It'll still technically be a PB. Because a lot of the stuff that I've been doing has been offline. Whoops. And I think on the leaderboard it says I have a 133, which is not true. Because I think during my GDQ run I got a 126.
There's actually there's actually 3 more devs in the stream rooting for you. 2 of those are actually a few meters away from me, watching in the TV in the office. And I heard it laugh when you one cycle Syria.
It was so exciting because I got the 1 cycle on stream, so it's really cool to show off. It's really hard to do. Alright, time to collect some Orbeez. That was not bad. That was pretty decent.
But I can hear now the other devs here are debating if you're gonna hit your timeline or not.
We will see. Whoa. Hello, friend. Nice collision box. Abandoned path. Time to fight Beira. Breathe nice and easy. Maybe don't miss the platform though. Double pushing the B button, whoops. I also believe we got this. So I have 3 bosses. I still have to do 2 button pushes for Samael, but that's like maybe 2 minutes. And then once we beat Samael, it's straight into Queen.
I think you're doing pretty good. It's your day, your time to shine.
I'm actually very happy with how this is going. But I'm not going to speak too soon because Beira exists. Alright, speaking of which, here she is. Alright, yeah, nice cutscene. So I'm just gonna stretch my arms, get ready. Always do a good stretch while you're streaming, friends. I like to think that I have a very good atmosphere when I speedrun games. I tend to not let it roll off my back too much.
No, I definitely think you do. I really enjoyed your previous stream, and I'm enjoying this one.
I really appreciate that. I'm really happy that you reached out to me for this. We're not doing parry strats, Lukey.
No, for sure.
let's just heal. We're just gonna do it normal here. Oh, run away. Oh, I got hit still. That's fine. No, berries are not a glitch. Alright. I just gotta be careful. Hit her. Thank you. Woohoo! I can breathe now. Oh, my heart's like.
Well, so far, so good.
So far, so good. I did have a little part where I got nervous and went in too early. Otherwise, I could have whirlwind and finished. But we killed it. That's all that matters. The music in this game bops in general. It's such a good soundtrack.
Thanks. Yeah, I really like how it turned out too.
Who was in charge of the music again?
Ariel controls. So I can't really take credit for that, but I'm happy. I'm happy. It turned out really nice.
Oh, congratulations!
And it was fun because when he started working on the music, it was very early on, and we just kind of handed him a block out of each area, and we're like, this is supposed to be a forest, and it was just a bunch of cubes, and he just kind of looked at us like, is this really what I have to start working with? And we were like, yes. and he asked us a bunch of questions, and we showed him references, and he understood what we wanted to do. And it turned out really, really good. But kudos to him for being able to do that.
No, that's amazing. Can't believe we're almost done. This has been such a fun run, honestly. And I really enjoy that I got to spend this run with you, getting to pick your brain and figure out more about the game in general.
Okay. I'm glad I got to do the run with you too.
You ever need someone again? No, I'm kidding. Alright, well, let's end this on a good note. Let's kill Samael and let's do a quick queen. Gotta go activate one more shrine here, which will not be too difficult. Whoops, I did that wrong. There we go. It's because I said something. Alright, final switch. I don't think I'm going to get 115, but I think we're getting sub 120. Because I think the queen fight's anywhere between 3 and 4 minutes, and Samael is like 1 or 2.
Yeah, that makes sense. And who is Tech the one who holds the no glitch world record right now?
Tech strobes. He's got a
And
crazy run. I think he's
and
a 104.
104. Oh, that's fast.
Like I said, that man is crazy. No one is close to his time on the leaderboard for glitchless. It's like 104 and then 126.
And I'm pretty sure if somebody beats his time, it'll just be like a day, and he's probably gonna have another record.
He'll come back and be like, "Excuse me, that's my spot." But nah, honestly, his skill is amazing, and he needs to give himself more credit. I hope you're listening, Tech. You're amazing. Alright, let's see if I can do this fight properly.
Should have gotten popcorn for these last two fights.
Oh, I have 1 HP, I should heal. Alright. Come. Oh, 1 cycle again. Let's go. What are parry strats? If you hit your guard at a perfect moment when a boss or a monster is attacking you, it'll do this slow down noise. That's how you know you did parry, and I think you do more damage in that window. Yeah, it's really hard to do. Alright, it's time for the final boss, guys. Let's go! We are well ahead of estimate. I am so sorry, SpeedGaming. I hope you're prepared. Because I'll tell you when time is. It's going to be right after this boss. What we're thinking, 118?
I think you may be able to do it.
If I get a really good fight, I can get 117. If I get a normal fight, it'd be 118.
Yeah. And by the way, you're not counting the credits, are you? Right?
No.
Okay.
Once Shadow Queen is dead, boom, button is pushed. Right, mash out the text here. And you asked the dev what his favorite, least favorite part is, but what is the runner's favorite part and least favorite part? Least favorite part, Syria. Best part, I would say, is pulling off the platforming really well. Also, the very first time I got to play through this game, I got to find some nice little things that helped the run in the beginning that I passed along to a few people that they eventually modified and made even better. So that was fun. That was really nice. I've never contributed to a speedrun before, so it felt really cool.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
let's go Shadow Queen. I know she's Queen of Darkness, so I just call her Shadow Queen.
Well, that's okay. I think we had like 4 or 5 different names here internally.
Oh no, that was not what I wanted. Oh. That's good damage going into third phase. Let's go. Umbra's called like 15 different names in the game. What?
Oh yeah,
is that true?
Well, he's not called 15 different names, but he is referred to in a lot of ways throughout the game. So that actually does make sense. And I think Bond refers to you in 3 or 4 different ways, and he's just one character.
No, we died.
No, okay.
Did you see that? It kind of lagged at the end there, so that's why I couldn't react.
Well, that's probably well. You're still doing incredibly good. The dev team here sending you kudos.
All right, warp. That's Stoneheart City. That's not where we want to go. I pushed the wrong button. That's okay. I just wanted to show you guys the fight some more, obviously. All right, Temple Gardens. Let's go. So sadly, it won't be sub 120, but it's still going to be a PR. That was just unfortunate. That was like the worst moment you could have a screen freeze. And I don't think it's even the game's fault. It's just like something that happens with anything the more you play it. It's just a lot of memory usage. All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and answer a Kuiki.
Yeah, for sure.
In the Pillar of Stone. Actually, no, there's no specific reason for that. Just, I guess, probably when we were doing wrapping up the BFX for the Queen, we just had so many tasks and things that we needed to move on to that we just decided to either we didn't see that one of them had and one of them didn't, or we just decided that it didn't really matter, but there's no intentional decision behind that. And it's a very very precise question, and I'm super surprised at how many specific questions we've had on things that we may have thought that nobody was gonna even notice. Oh, and I just realized you did get 3 extra health containers.
I did, yes.
So that thinking about it, it's probably better to do that rather than get more health.
That was not what I wanted to do at all. Alright, we're back into phase 3. We just look forward to a bigger PB the next time I run this. What? Okay. I'm choking. Let's go! My dash didn't go out. It's because we talked about how I said the queen got easier. Now she's like, excuse me? I wasn't going to attempt to heal there because chances are I would get a hit by a laser beam. I was just going to go and get the last hit and be done. But my second dash didn't come out and that's why I died.
Yeah, I guess that last part of the fight, both that part of the fight and during Assyrian's fight, it's pretty hard to heal at a few specific moments.
It just goes to show you what the fight is like. It's actually, this game is harder than it looks.
Oh, you're definitely making it look easy. I think, Kasa, you said your personal best was somewhere in between 120 and 130 when you did the run I watched you last time. Did you remember exactly what number that was?
If I beat this on this attempt, it's a PB.
All right.
I know that much. All right. I think my win PB is like a 128 something. When I was doing it for GDQ. If it wasn't for the 2 deaths, it would have been fine. But that's okay. It's kind of something to look forward to.
So, and now it's going to be easier for you to have a next BB.
Oh, she's being mean. Oh. So, for some reason, my lock-on unlocked. And so when I went to dash with the lock-on and it locked off at the exact moment, I dashed to the side. The game does not want me to end. Please let me end. Like, I hope everyone in chat sees what happened there. That was weird. Well, no PB this time, but that's okay, friends.
I guess it's gonna be end up being like an equal PB.
Pretty much,
We
yeah.
can make that a thing.
It is what it is. Like, I'm not too broken up about it. That's just speedrunning, right? Being able to finish a blue fire run in general is a feat in itself. Because it's very difficult.
Well, Clark's right. He's saying that a low 128 is still within reach, and that is potentially a PB.
Yeah. I'm not too worried, honestly. Oh, she went into the next phase anyway.
Yeah, and actually, from the first time I saw you play, I think this time was a lot better. And
we're done. 127.53. It's a PB.
Well, that was awesome. Just incredible. And I was just saying that it was way better, like overall, from the first run, the first time I saw you, you just did pretty much everything perfect. And if it weren't for the last fight with the Queen, it wouldn't be like even better.
Oh yeah,
But
I'm still very happy with it.
And
like,
it's incredible that you managed to do it under 128.
Yeah.
After all the chuck we had.
If I don't die in my next run, boom. That's like almost 10 minutes of time saved. You guys just wanted more time with the Dev and I, right? But thank you so much for having me. Honestly, thank you so much for inviting me, Gabriel.
No problem. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad I got to see you do a PB.
Yeah. But yeah, is there anything you want to say to everybody before we close this out?
I think I'm good. Just super happy to have been invited and have a space for Blue Fire. Super happy to have shared that with you, and just looking really forward to being more in touch with the community and some announcement that we have to make.
I'm so excited.
And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thanks, Kasa, for everything.
No problem. And because he didn't say it, I will. If you liked the game that you saw on screen today, consider buying it on both Steam or Switch, or it's coming out soon to Xbox and PS4/PS5. Please look forward to that. And If you haven't already, make sure to donate towards the charity because it is extremely important. If you haven't taken a look at what the cause is, just make sure to take a look at their page over here and it'll give you all the information that you need. With that, I think we're good. We're done. So we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.